How did you enjoy your first year of pro ball?
It was
Like
a blast.
first year of like actually under the lights and you're traveling and you're on buses and it actually feels like this is what you came here to do.
Yeah, it was a blast. I kind of feel like I was kind of a part of that 2021 draft. They got drafted when I was in Florida and rehabbing in 2021, and we kind of went up to Delmarva together. And then, that was essentially that team in Aberdeen last year was that 2021 draft. So it was awesome, man. It was a blast. Our team had the best record in minor league baseball throughout the first 2 months. We clinched playoffs through like the first 2 months of the season, the first half. So it was great. Like you said, like the bus trips and playing home series, and it was just everything together was just it was a cool experience. Playing in Aberdeen was cool. Some of the places we went were awesome, and I couldn't have asked for a better group of people to play with and be coached by. And then obviously like the promotion up to Bowie, it was awesome. Got hurt a little bit for a few weeks, but just finishing out, moving up a level was cool to do, and it was a really cool year.
Yeah, did you? Yeah, for people, if you definitely know that you're not flying private, you're not even busing in this luxurious things. You're just hopping on a bus with 40 people, including staff. Body ever feeling tight after games? Because Lord knows, those bus rides can take a beating on you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, those bus rides, like you said, they're not fun. Sometimes you're going 6-7 hours. You got to leave on a Monday, so you get done with your game Sunday. The next day you're leaving, so you don't really have an off day to rest. You're kind of sitting on a bus for your off day. I think that's just a part of it, feeling tight, not feeling great, but feeling good enough to play. And these are your stats, these are your numbers that people see, and you have to find a way to feel good enough to play and do well.
Yeah, you're right. People don't care about the circumstances.
Yep.
They're only going to look at the end results. Is how it's going to be. You never got to see the old alignment, and we talked about before starting this. You haven't really lived unless you've taken a 13-hour bus ride.
Oof.
That we went to Rome, Georgia. It used to be in the South Atlantic League. Now is High A, and the Carolina League is Low A, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And so for Delmarva, though, South Atlantic League for us, and we had to go to Rome, Georgia. We left after a night game, and we got in at 1:00 p.m. It was really, really a great experience. I'm sorry that you didn't have that. Did you have any crazy bus stories with that? Anything that sticks out of like, this just seems like it's right out of a movie?
Not like crazy. The only thing I could really think of was a few weeks ago, I was telling you too, going from a night game in Akron, Ohio, 6:35, and then we left at 10:30. We didn't get back to the field until like 5 a.m., 4:45. Then you got to unload your stuff and drive back to your apartment. So when I was driving back to the apartment, it was light outside almost. And then you slept on my off day from like 6:30, 7 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and that's still not even great sleep. Some of the road trips are tough, but I think that's a part of it. That's what gets you better. It's mental weird to toughness. Say. It is mental toughness. Absolutely.
Don't like it, play better. Get to the bigs, and then you get to travel private, I guess, right? We had one actually in short season. Our bus driver Dan, can never forget driver Dan, and very interesting guy. He parked the bus way too close to the field, and it was our first road trip of the year. Foul ball breaks the glass on part of the van on the side on the bus, and we have to duct tape it shut and it starts hailing rain. It's actually just pissing. And we're putting towels up there. Oh yeah. See, that was once. And also that same trip, which again, I doubt you've had this experience. We get to where we're going. They don't have enough hotel rooms for us.
Wow.
And so they go, guys, and so when you're on the road, you have a roommate on the road?
Yeah.
Right? So you get 2 beds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they go, guys, we have less rooms. So it's 2 beds. We're going to quadruple up.
2 people do a bed. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. So
gotta cuddle with the pitcher.
Well, you know what? It was real. The thing is, they didn't actually, if I take that back a step, they didn't tell us that initially we were quadrupling up. They just gave players 4 keys. And then all of a sudden I'm in bed and our door's getting knocked into by a couple Latin guys. And as you know, some of the younger players don't know English as well. And my Spanish, Coby, is not very good yet. It should be better.
Okay.
And so, but then I understood. I'm like, oh, you guys are in this room as well. And that's when I texted the trainer. It's like, yep, that's happening. So we had that going on. I got my roommate who I slept in the same bed with. Maybe he was missing his now wife. But I had to give him a little elbow to the stomach to remind him that, we need our distance in this little queen bed or whatever the heck we were in, twin bed.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry you didn't get to experience that, man. Well, maybe one day. You never know.
Yeah,
But anyway, you have a lot of success, and I think that's sometimes hard, and especially in this organization where guys are doing really well. I mean, you mentioned Gunnar, freak player. He's doing well. Jordan Westberg crushing it. And you're also doing your thing and doing it at a young age. Was there anything, what was something then for you on a day-to-day basis that's kind of, in your routine to help you stay focused? Because you guys do have expectations. You don't have that same expectation right now as, say, Gunnar, but you could.
Yeah.
So what are you kind of telling yourself as you're going through and having success? Because correct me if I'm wrong, you had 19 bombs in that 21. Is that right?
Yeah, 19 last year.
Goodness gracious, man. Yeah, I know you got some pop. I've seen the videos, and a lot of people I've talked to have said that. So how do you keep yourself grounded in the moment?
This is going to sound very typical, but it's just staying afloat, staying in the middle, not getting too high, not getting too low, and turning baseball off when the game is over. Get back to the apartment, talk with your roommate, play some video games, not talk about baseball. Talking to friends from home is big because they're not here, so you're talking about other things besides baseball. I think just having your baseball on and off, turning it on and turning it off when you need to, helps a lot. Because if you're baseball 24/7, I mean, I'm at the field at home from 12:30 to 10 at night, 9:30. So you're there all day. So the last thing you want to do is come home and keep talking about baseball. And sometimes you need to. Sometimes you're struggling. You're going to be like, all right, what am I doing? Talk to some people. But for the most part, you want to turn that off, play some video games, hop on with your buddies and play. That's what keeps me kind of even throughout the season. Just, hey, you want to hop on this game and we play for a little bit, and you kind of forget about, baseball for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you got to decompress, and there's so many different ways. And as much as people look at this sport as a game, which you are playing a game, it is your livelihood, and I think sometimes that's forgotten. I try to tell people up here with Gunnar getting off to a slow start, just as far as, not that he wasn't getting on base, but just the way that people expected him to hit.
Right.
And it's like, look, this is hard. And even though it's supposed to be for fun, you got to find a way to reset yourself to kind of get through it. And it's great that you have that set in place. A lot of people don't. Like I struggled to turn it off. I did. I struggled with expectations because let's just face it. I mean, if you hear Ripken, you're probably going to think of someone who played a long time and has a huge head.